Today I'm going to show you how to boost the power of your punch, literally twice, if not more. And this may apply to you even if you have been practicing Tai Chi or martial arts of any kind for years, maybe even decades.
Punch
Boom.
looks like this.
Very nice. Now, obviously, I would want you to hit the target for me, would you? Very nice. Do it again. And one more time. The punch, obviously, that you demonstrated was kind of like this. But I am punching with body alignment. Body alignment in the punch is crucial and absolutely necessary and virtually never taught. Watch this. Boom. You see how alignment of the entire spine with the back leg is what we're talking about. Sometimes people look at the eyes of the person who they are punching. Terrible idea. Why? Because this misaligns the cervical spine, your neck. If the neck is not in alignment, some part of the spine is not in alignment, the cervical spine. Feel this. As opposed to, what's the difference?
The second one's much more powerful, penetrating.
Like for example, if you just push me with your fist. Yeah, very nice. And if you do the exact same maneuver, but don't align the spine with the back leg, just keep it upright and beautiful the way that you're supposed to in karate or taekwondo or whatever disciplines. Notice I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You cannot generate power when you don't have structural alignment. Let's move on to the next principle, and this is crucial, an absolutely essential principle that is never ever present in most styles of martial arts. As a matter of fact, in many styles, it's taught opposite of what I'm talking about. It's the principle of orientation. I mean, orienting center line of my body with the placement of the fist, wherever it's going to land on the target. So if my target is here, I want to be able to align my center line with the place where I'm projecting energy. If I do that, it feels like this. If I don't do that, for example, the way that it's often taught is that the fist is supposed to be somewhere in front of the shoulder, like this, instead of center line. What's going to happen is this. Nothing. Damn, this is really frustrating. There is motion happening. I'm wasting energy, but I'm not distributing energy, delivering it in the form of an impact, as opposed to impact that happens on the center line. Then stop. So the center line is pointing right here. So there is about 2-3 inches distance between the placement of the fist and the point where the center line is pointing. Now if you do the same movement but actually point the center line right towards the place where the fist is going to land, what's it going to feel like? Different. Mm-hmm. Let's do it again. Good. Now, this is something that can be improved upon if we continue observing the alignment of other parts of the body with the center line. What other parts are we talking about? Well, obviously you're stepping forward with the front foot, distributing weight on that foot. If the foot is in alignment with the center line, that's what we call being stabilized. If the fist is here, the center line is here, and the foot is over there, everything is kind of scrambled. You know what I'm talking about? I push and there's no stability. I can actually, just using my pectoralis muscles, push you over. What would that feel like? To bring the center line in alignment with both the foot and the hand. It would feel different. It would feel radically different. I can push you. I'm pushing and pushing and you're not resisting anymore, are you? Isn't it weird?
It's just holding.
Just standing there. We're talking about using the least amount of effort and getting maximum results. Now, let me introduce one more crucial principle that is going to transform the way that you use punches. And pretty much 99%, probably 99.9% of people doing martial arts or boxing do this. lift the heel when they punch. This lifting of the heel is standard operating procedure for most people who practice any type of punching. Now, when I lift my heel, I no longer connect with the ground through the bone structure of my leg. Instead, I'm using the tension of the calf muscles. And the calf muscles are never as strong as bones. Now, what if I don't lift my heel? It looks and feels like this. It feels different, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. What's the difference? The difference is due to connection to the ground. I am not lifting the heel, I'm connecting to the ground. So when I distribute energy into the target, there is no softness in my back leg. I'm totally solid here. The bone structure provides me with excellent support. And then I just send away. That's the example of a 0-inch punch. A 0-inch punch, you know how Bruce Lee was famous for 1-inch punch. Boom. Yeah, okay, 1-inch punch is nice. You can hurt somebody maybe. Now here's 0-inch punch. No distance to travel. And what happens here is this. How does it feel?
Shocking.
It's unpleasant, a little bit surprising. How is it possible to deliver strike with no distance? I'm already touching. Oh. There is another principle of timing. You may not even distribute the weight on this foot yet, but this foot already needs to be in alignment with the center line. And the impact of the hand into the target needs to happen before the foot reaches the ground. Why? Because it allows you to transfer the movement of the whole body mass forward. As soon as the foot reaches the floor, it drains the energy, kinetic energy, into the ground. You lose momentum. Most of your momentum is lost. For example, would you hold this for me? The way that most people practice punches is this. Step, punch. Nice. Step, punch. There's some oomph to it, but it all comes from the physical force. I don't want to be forceful in my punches. I want to be powerful. What's the difference between using force and using power? Using force happens when you step and then deliver impact. Using power happens when you deliver impact and then land with the foot on the ground. It feels like this. See the difference? Mm-hmm. So the timing works in this manner. You exhale, you deliver impact, then the foot lands on the ground. And I can hold this for you. Then you just do this one more demonstration when you keep everything together. The fist on the center line, the foot steps right onto the target after the deliver the impact, and the back heel stays on the ground, and the spine is streamlined, and the timing of the exhale coincides with impact. Let's do it. And that is totally different feeling.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. Now, what happens with this hand is actually very interesting. Imagine that you're holding a brick. And you move this brick back, kind of cocking it to push it into the target. Now, would you hold this for me one more time? So, I visualize I hold the brick, and then I'm just going to load the brick into the target. If I do it like this, I will lose the brick. So, I am holding the brick for as long as I can, and then I just deliver the impact into the target. It looks like this. Sorry. So, it feels like being hit with a brick. And the idea is that everything works together, and the visualization only helps the delivery of energy. My foot actually was not quite in alignment, so that was not as powerful. Now, if you observe my alignment, you notice how my hand is on top of my foot, and in profile, you can see how my spine is in alignment with the back leg, my back heel is on the ground, working together. And I don't stop here. I move through the target like I'm pulling another brick. So this movement, the yang cycle of movement, is the beginning of yin. It's like I'm reaching the target, I'm grabbing the brick and pulling it towards me. Now I'm holding it, and now I'm going to release it, grab another brick, and keep on going. If I imagine that I'm doing it with both hands, I have twice as many bricks. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. Would you hold it one more time? So then it looks and feels like this. Sorry. Now would you do the same thing? Just would you give me an onslaught of your punches without?
Palm strikes or punches?
So notice where your hand is. You will lose the brick. Yes. So let's see if you can use the visualization of the brick. Totally different feeling. Totally different feeling on my part. That's like being hit with a few bricks.
And I'm still only not even halfway there with getting everything together.
Yeah. Cool. Does it feel more powerful as compared to the initial strikes that you were demonstrating a
Yes.
few minutes ago?
Yeah. At least twice.